Hello everyone, it is your girl Tayan Renee, and I'm here to give you a quick little something today, just to encourage you, just to enlighten you, just to educate you, just to refeed you, give you reassurance. Because sometimes we forget why we do what we do and why we believe what we believe. So, a little bit of backstory, because I feel like this will definitely give some context of where I'm coming from. But even today, just doing regular things, going on a regular schedule, I went to use the bathroom, and you know how like on the stall, I guess this is TMI. I went to the bathroom, but you know how you go in the stall and you just see labels, you see people writing and stuff like that. But there was nothing on there except for this sentence that said, "I love Jesus." And it wasn't particularly the sentence, but just the name, the word Jesus. And it just makes me think like, dang, like this whole Jesus, this whole word Jesus, it rises so many political disputes, social disputes, social health, spiritual health. It just rises up so many concerns that people don't like. And it's like, it shows you the power of this name, of this word, because it's either you have two things: you love Jesus, or you're easily offended, holding offense, even if it's just a little bit. Okay, it's different. We can go past and learn about Siddhartha, Gautama. We can learn about Muhammad. We can learn about enlightened ones. We can learn about so many divine historical figures of these ancient institutionalized traditional religions. But when it comes to Jesus, there's slight offense to that name. And if you're spiritual, you understand why people are offended offended of that name. But even today, just hearing people say Jesus, it really buckled my knees a little bit. Like, dang, like I serve a God that is so powerful to the point where people either show love or offense. Like, the Bible has been out for over 2,000, almost 3,000 years, and it says things that are so accurate right now. And it's just like, dang, people are so offended. You may claim that you're not, but there may be some unforgiveness. There may be some offense. You don't like what Jesus said. You don't understand why Jesus said what he said. But because it doesn't fit into your peripheral, your standard, there's offense. There's no offense through Siddhartha, Gautama. There's no offense through Krishna. There's no offense through these divine historical figures, through Buddhism, Jainism, all these things. But when it comes to the Rabbi Jesus, there's all disputes. And it just makes me question, like, dang, like, shouldn't that make you question a little bit why people act the way that they act when we talk about Jesus? And even academically, we're getting to a point where we cannot even deny the identity of Jesus. And because of that, they're trying to find evidence of this miraculous thing of his resurrection. We see that people are even saying, well, they're trying to place pieces together over a miraculous thing. Do you know what a miracle is? We even see it today, what miracles are. We see how people are being delivered, healed from cancer, healed from sickness and diseases, healed from all these things. But can you give me the evidence why they're healed? Even when doctors diagnose something and they go through the MRI scan and they see something that is so completely gone, nowhere to be found, all they can say is a miracle. There's no type of language that can comprehend an action that was being performed. And so when we try to place language upon Jesus's resurrection, there's no type of comprehension through that. And it's a little bit silly. We're trying to find little tidbits when it comes to Jesus. But we don't see it through Siddhartha Gautama. We don't see it through the Islam religion. We don't see it through all these things. Even, I think it's in Buddhism, how there was an enlightened one that was submerged underwater. I think this is Siddhartha Gautama, that was submerged underwater for a couple of days and risen from the water. Activists believe that, but we don't see that rise of concern. But when it comes to Jesus walking on water, when it comes to Jesus healing the sick, telling people to pick up your mat and walk, it's a question. It's a whole dispute. I mean, and there were people, the teachers of the law, that were there to, cover that up. But look where that got them. And so we see people even now trying to justify a miracle, saying Jesus' body just decayed. Jesus' body was just was taken out through smugglers, through people in the middle of the night, and did something to his body. No, it's a miracle. And you cannot deny a miracle. We see miracles now that don't have language of describing something. A miracle is never measured. A miracle is incomprehensible, unexplained. You can't even fathom. It's unethical, unconventional. And so I really want to encourage you today to believe God, believe his power, and that you should believe that, and it says it in the word, that we carry the same spirit that rose Jesus from the dead. And so all to say is that when it comes to the name Jesus, there's a type of feeling, oh, my light died, but I'm gonna still go. That there is some type of feeling, whether that's a good feeling or a bad feeling. But where is that coming from? And maybe you don't know. You don't understand why. Maybe it's because of these political disputes. Maybe it's because of these concerns. It's contrary, all those things. But instead of looking up to people, because God can meet you where you are, or a higher power can meet you where you are. Maybe you don't believe in Jesus Christ, but if you just say it out loud, God, I want to know the truth. I want to know what is out there. I want to know what's out there that is for me, not against me, that benefits my spirit. Because I've been in that stage. I was an atheist. I was agnostic. I was into Hinduism. I was into Native American religions. I was in all of it. And then look where I'm at. I'm stabilized as never before in a stable spiritual religion and never moved since. Never migrated into a different belief system. Never migrated into a different type of movement. Jesus stabilizes you. Jesus. It's only Jesus that stabilizes you. He delivers you from all evil. He delivers you from sickness and disease. He delivers you from anxiety. He delivers. And listen, people need it now because clearly a lot of people are facing depression, facing anxiety, because there's a rise of these new religious movements. If you haven't noticed, there's a rise of these cults. There's a rise of these subgroups. But even with these subgroups, there's no type of resistance. There's no type of back talk. But when we talk about Jesus, no, I can't serve a God that's homosexual. Religion has turned into self-expression instead of submission, instead of discovery, and instead of humility. But we take pride. People take pride and, they only do religion that's individualistic. They only partake in certain movements if they are in the equation, if self is in the equation. So I just really want you to remember that when you think about Jesus, there's some type of higher power. There's some type of authority that Jesus has that makes people feel offended or makes people just love him because of his existence and because of his power. But yeah, other than that, I just want to say that I love you guys so much. I just pray that this sits right in your spirit, and that maybe I just pray that this makes you question his existence, that makes you question it and makes you want to dig more into his word, makes you dig more into self, makes you dig more into just his existence, his presence, his, who he actually is instead of people. Because all the things that I said, homosexual, anti-feministic, all of those things, there's a reason why they say those things. But I just pray that you find Jesus and that you have your own experience with him, that you have your own, personal understanding and what he truly says about himself, so you can truly know. I pray for that, because we're literally coming into a world where everything is self and individualistic. But yes, I won't make it too long, but I hope you guys have a great day. And I just pray that this seed is planted and that you get to the end of this video and just come into realignment with the Lord, because he misses you, he loves you, and all that stuff. So yeah, have a blessed day.